Hello everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome to the channel. This is my review for In-Depth Unchained. It is available now on the Oculus Quest. Before we get started, I do want to send a very special shout out to Paul from Wiretap Media. Thank you for sending me out this review copy. It's very much appreciated. So jumping in, this is a game that is a procedurally generated roguelike experience. You are playing an archer that is stuck in purgatory, and you have to fight legions of abominations, of knights, of monks, of various types of creatures that are very creepy, and you will be using a crossbow or a bow and arrow, and you will die a lot, and you'll respawn, and you'll try again, and the levels change every time you respawn. So I think this game really works well for a VR system in that you might be wearing it for 20-30 minutes and you could do a quick run to see how far you get, and there's always that kind of like carrot on the stick where each run you're trying to achieve something else to increase your percentage completed to get different unlocks, to unlock new levels, new mini dungeons and whatnot. It very much feels like a dungeon crawler in that regard. The gameplay is really solid. Like I mentioned, you're using a bow and arrow, so that I feel like the fluidity of notching the arrow and firing it is really satisfying using the haptic feedback in the Oculus Touch controllers. Also, the crossbow feels amazing as you're firing it away. There's some cool leaderboards as well as you play each time. You can have your friends as well as like the world rankings each time you spawn into the sanctuary, which is like the neutral area where you can access your different levels. I really like how you can move in this game. So with a lot of these Oculus Quest games, they have like a teleportation system for moving, in a certain direction. And this game actually utilizes like an in-game sort of way of doing that. You actually use a special arrow to teleport yourself based on how you're firing this arrow. I thought that was really cool and immersive because you can actually fire wherever you're looking to get access to. So I was firing across rooftops to kind of sneak past enemies and stuff like that, and getting the high ground to get a good altitude to fire at these enemies and be safe from. With that being said, I will say that, unfortunately, it would be nice that there could have been some kind of locomotion, some kind of way to move without using teleportation, because I found myself in a lot of situations where I was stuck behind a wall and I couldn't fire the teleportation arrow to get out of there. But if I could have like backpedaled, I would have had more control. So I do feel like sometimes the combat could feel a little bit clunky when you get stuck in a corner, and especially that there's absolutely no melee ability. So you get in situations where especially if you're using a bow and arrow, you're trying to hit the guys and it might take like 3 hits to get, to die, and there's literally like 5 or 6 enemies around you. You're done. You can't do anything. With that being said, there's another weapon called the crossbow, and the crossbow to me kind of feels a little bit overpowered right now. I feel like this weapon, it's so much easier to kill enemies. You're able to get headshots so much easier. They load so much faster. You can almost get this thing down like semi-automatic very quickly compared to the bow, which sometimes doesn't want you to do, like, it's a lot easier to get accuracy on the bow and arrow versus the crossbow. So I feel like if you aren't using a crossbow, then good luck, because this game could be very hard without using that. There are like health gen different things across the world, but I feel like they don't regenerate enough of your health. Same as with the store. There's a store you can go to, which is like your checkpoint, and it's based on the gold that you earn from killing enemies. And I feel like the prices are a little bit too high. It was like 2,000 gold to get the health potion and 2,500 for different arrow types. I feel like that's a little bit high right now, and it doesn't lend to... sometimes I came across the mid checkpoints and I wasn't even able to buy anything. Also, there's absolutely no story. I feel like this game has a cool enough kind of backdrop that it would have been nice to, have a couple statements about what exactly is going on and who you are and why are you in purgatory. That to me seems like a little bit of a missed opportunity. There's very minimal music. I think the only music you come across is when you are in Sanctuary and it's like a Gregorian chant. I could see like them maybe adding some kind of music, because all you're hearing is a bunch of grunts and weapon noises, which that's pretty much all they have, and it does get old after a while. I will say for graphics, I understand this is on the Oculus Quest, so you can't really push the boundaries because you're not connected directly to a computer. But I do think the graphics could be a little bit better, especially when you're like really close to the enemies. Like the faces look kind of muddy and kind of like really pixelated. So with that being said, I do got to give this game In Death Unchained a score of a 6 out of 10. I think there's a really good framework in this game, and I did have fun at certain moments in this game. I do feel like the achievements are a bit hard to unlock once you get to a certain area, so then you're kind of stuck and you can't get to like the next level very easily to unlock. So I think with a little bit more adjusting, they did say they are adding a locomotion mode into the game after launch, so be prepared for that. At least that will add a little bit more quality of life to the game, and maybe actually be a big game changer for me, at least the way I play the game. Being able to have more agility and whatnot to move around the environments could help actually a ton. So what do you guys have to say about In Death Unchained? Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. For more on video games and other topics such as Star Wars, you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as that way you'll never miss another video. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.